Gonna try, gonna try, gonna try. Work till I die, till I die, till I die. I'm gonna fail and get up, cause I'm not giving up on my dream.
Hi my lovely Frosty fam, it's me, Karen Frost, here at Nail Decadence, and I've got another video for you. I hope you're all doing well and, you know, coping okay. I'm just showing you the design portion, what I will be using. I'm going to be using a Polygel / Acrygel type, you know, product to actually do the nails, but these gel polishes are the ones that I'm using to do the design that you can see on my nails in this video. So once I'm finished showing you all of that, we'll get into, yes, the debacle of me trying to get dual forms to work on my hooked nails. Oh, those foils are from SBD London, by the way. It's that box of foils. Yeah, that's from SBD London. Details are in the description box for SBD London's website. Bishu and Primagel can be found online. If you just Google that, you'll find them. So, yes, back to trying to get dual forms to work on hooked nails. Not an easy task. I've mentioned before in other videos, but I've had quite a few new subscribers, so I will explain the difficulty of getting dual forms to work on hooked nails. Hooked nails are what I have. I have, yeah, it's genetic. The thing with hooked nails is they grow downwards, they curl and point down, but also the nail bed is very high and raised. Therefore, the problem with dual forms are that the actual nail bed fills the dual form without leaving room for product. So, as I couldn't get normal dual forms to work for me because they're just too flat for my high nail beds, I saw these ones that have a deeper well. So I thought, you know what, let's give those ones a try, and they're really long, which is nice. So I got these ones which are much deeper than the other ones. I'll link the other video in the cards now. If you want to go and check out the video of me trying to get normal dual forms to work on my hooked nails. Needless to say, it didn't go very well, but yeah, go if you want to laugh. Go and watch that video. The struggle is real. So, yes, got these ones. They're deeper, so I was hopeful, really hopeful, that it would work. And, well, you'll see. I'm not going to spoil it. I'll explain what I'm doing right now, and you'll see what happens later. So I've prepared my nails. I've removed 90% of the product that was on my nails, but I always leave a thin layer on. I don't remove it all because I do not like to keep prepping my natural nails over and over and over, which means by leaving that bit of product on, the only place I'm really prepping on my natural nail is the regrowth area, rather than the entire nail being prepped constantly every 2 to 3 weeks whenever I do a new set. So, prepped my nails, removed all the dust, then I've dehydrated my nails, and then I've applied one layer of base coat, and this is the rubber base coat from SBD London, and I've cured that first layer, and now I'm going to apply a second layer because I wanted to have my thin clear base, as it were. You know, it's a bit more if you just put one base layer, it's just really thin. So I thought, you know what, let me go in with 2 layers of the base coat to protect my nails for file back in reasons, so that I can see where the pink stops. I'll know that, yeah, that's close to my natural nail and to stop filing kind of thing. So we'll cure that for 60 seconds. That's second layer, and now we will get the dual forms ready. I find putting it on this finger stand really helps with a bit of blue tack, so you don't get product all over your fingers when you're and those dual forms are really fiddly to hold. So yeah, I found doing it this way it works for me. So if you're having trouble holding those dual forms, try something like this. And these finger stands are dirt cheap. I've listed one set in my description box. It's an Amazon link if you want to, get yourself finger stands. There's other things linked in my description box for other products I use from Amazon, just to make it easier for some of you. It's not an affiliate link or anything, so I don't think it is anyway. Oh no, it is. They are affiliate links. God, I'm losing my marbles. They are affiliate links. So, but yeah, you're welcome to use the links. You don't have to go search on your own, Google, whatever. Anywho, so I'm filling the dual form, as you can see, and I'm trying to make sure that the free edge is nice and curved and not too lumpy bumpy. So I've paid attention to the underneath so that I don't have to mess around with the underneath too much. So I'll get that on my finger nail and make sure it's straight, and then flash cure the top, and then just make sure that the underneath isn't lumpy bumpy too much. Use my brush with a bit of the slip solution to just smooth it out, and then flash cure that underside. So a lot of flash curing involved. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, because if I don't flash cure, what happens is the underneath goes all weird and lumpy bumpy, and the dual form can move whilst I'm doing the other nails, and I don't want that because I'm really klutzy. I'll end up knocking it and it'll, so to save myself the stress and aggravation, flash curing just prevents errors from happening, basically. So I would definitely recommend flash curing if you're a bit klutzy like I am. So in with the Polygel type product, Acrygel, whatever you want to call it, it's a hybrid. In the dual form again, and you can see how I'm spreading it very thin at the cuticle area, and I'm trying to make sure that the under arch is there, that it's not just a solid block. I don't want a super wedge of a free edge. I want to make sure that my free edge is nice and slim and aesthetically pleasing and nice and curved, because these dual forms have got a gorgeous C curve in them. So if you don't pay attention to the underside, you're going to lose that beautiful C curve. So that's why I pay attention to the underside. Smooth it out, flash cure the underside, and then I can move on to the next one. There we go. And I'm just pushing that into the blue tack to hold it in place, and then I will add my Polygel, dip my brush into the slip solution, and whenever I dip my brush into the slip solution, you'll see I tap it onto the kitchen roll, because I do not want to completely saturate and make the Polygel really, really runny from too much slip solution. It can affect the product's durability, so try not to use too much slip solution. Just fine line between too much and not enough. So easiest way to do it is to tap it on the kitchen roll first before you start patting and pressing. That way you're not going to be oversaturating the product. And I'm just using the brush to, like I said before, just even out the surface as much as possible. Make sure that the side walls are fairly thin, the cuticle area is thin, and that there's enough space for my nail to fit into the dual form. Now, as you can see on the side, if you look carefully, there's not enough product on the sides, and this is where I'm realizing, obviously I've already done the other hand, so I really knew that this was going to happen. It just doesn't seem like dual forms are worth doing on my hooked nails, because after I've done all of this and cured it all, I'm still going to have to go in again with more product. So I'm not saving any time at all by using these dual forms. So for me, it defeats the entire purpose of them. This is supposed to be a quick way to do your nails You're supposed to just take off the form, you know, after you've cured the product, and boom, nails done. However, for my nail beds, it just, for love nor money, I cannot get these things to work for me. They're just not, there's just not enough space in them for my nail beds, and therefore I just don't have enough product where it's needed at my stress areas and at the side walls. There's just not enough product. These, if I left them as is without adding more product the way they are, they would break so easily. There's just not enough product there. You'll see when I take the forms off what I mean. Well, you can see it now because of the colour of the Polygel. You can see where the really thin parts are, and that would mean, you know, not especially where the free edge is, my natural free edge at the very tip of my finger. You can see by that, you know, underneath that dual form, how thin it is, because you can see right through to my natural nail bed. You can see the colour difference, and that particular stress area, so that would be where the nail snaps off your free edge. There's just not enough. And you can see also where we would put our apex, it's also very thin there, so then the nail hasn't got any strength, and it's thin right at the free edge, where your natural free edge, where a nail would be more likely to break. So taking all that into consideration, you'll see I have to then go in with more product, because I know me, and I'm heavy-handed as well, so I know I would have snapped those within the same day easily. So to avoid that, yeah, I'm going to have to go in with more product. So anyway, now that I've done all the nails, I've just flash cured to hold the thumb in place. Then I put my entire hand into the lamp, cured that, turned my hand over and put it back into the lamp for another 60 seconds to cure the underside thoroughly as well. And now, as you can see, I'm removing the dual forms, and they come off cleanly. They look really cool, and you're like, oh, the shape of these nails are lush. I'm really liking the shape of them. It's really lovely. But I've got those thin areas, so I'm just removing the tacky layer from underneath. I always do it twice. So lint-free wipe with some slip solution, excuse me, or some rubbing alcohol, whatever you'd like to use. I'm just showing you how thin it is in certain areas. God, I really can't talk. Got a right frog in my throat. Another one. Yeah, so you saw there where I was pointing out the really, really thin areas. That just means that the nails are weak, and that's not going to work for me. But I mean, look at the shape of them. The shape of them is gorgeous. If I could have just got a bit more of product in those forms, if they were just that little bit deeper, those dual forms would have been perfect for me. If you've got flat nail beds, you are in luck. These would be perfect. If you have flat nail beds, perfect for you. You won't have to go in with more product afterwards. You would add your dual product, put it into the dual form, put it on, cure it, take it off, boom, nails. Yeah. For someone who has flat nail beds, who doesn't have hooked nails, these are perfect. You'll be in love with them. They will work for you. It's just that they don't work for me, and it's really frustrating. But you know, hooked nails are hereditary. It runs in my family, and it is what it is. So I'm just going to have to resign myself to the fact that dual forms just won't work for me. And yeah, you're not going to see me use them on myself again. I'm done. I'm so done with dual forms. I'll put them on hand dolly, but on myself, no, it's not worth it. It's double the time for me because I have to then go in with more products. As you can see, I'm just sorting out the shape of the nails, sorting out the cuticle area, and then roughing the rest of the surface up a little bit to make sure that the next bit of product I add on sticks. So yeah, make sure the cuticle area is nice and neat, and then yeah, removing the shine from the surface so that I can go ahead and apply some more product, which is such a shame to have to do, but needs must. If the structure of the nail isn't there, it's not worth doing, because they're gonna break, and what is the point then, you know? So I will leave you to watch me finish the rest of the preparation for the next bit. I'm so disappointed. I'm really disappointed these didn't work for me. You can probably tell. But yeah, I was so gutted I had to add more product. Oh well, I've not shut up, so I'll just keep talking. Yeah, I've not got my e-file on very high. It's just a sanding band, because I am not looking to remove product. I'm just removing surface shine, and I blended that cuticle area in, so no need to have a really textured e-file bit at all. Sanding band is perfect for that. You can do it with a hand file too, no problem. Right, so we'll remove the dust and then use a lint-free wipe and some rubbing alcohol to get the rest of the dust off. And then round 2 starts. Yay! Not. So I'm going to add some more product to make sure these nails don't break. And they haven't broken. I am actually still wearing them several weeks later, because all I did was infill them, and they are still going strong, which is awesome. But it's just not awesome that I had to go in and add more product. Gutted. So yeah, I will leave you to watch the rest of this bit in peace, because I'm just going to add product to all the nails, and that doesn't really need explaining, because you all know how it goes. You use your slip solution and pattern press and drag the product down the nail, and make sure that your apex and your side walls and free edge, where your free edge meets the free edge of the dual form area, well, it's not dual form anymore, the nail, the product, make sure that the corners of that are thick enough that you won't have a snapping point, breaking point right at your free edge where your natural nail leaves off to meet the product. Good Lord, I hope I'm making sense. Anyway, I'll let you watch the rest in peace without me rambling on. I'll see you in a bit.
And don't you make it harder than it is. Just stop. Don't ask if we can go back. You know that it's too late. I promise not to someone else. Don't even try to go there. Just leave it to its fate. You'll have to find it somewhere else. Don't ask if we can go back. You know that it's too late. I promise not to someone else. Don't even try to go there. Don't even try to go there. Yeah, it was a big mistake, thinking I would wait. You never took the time, and now it's too late. I hate to feel ignored.
Just thought I'd pop back in and say sorry about my head getting in the way. I was trying a different sort of camera angle where my camera was placed, and yeah, that's not working because my head keeps getting in the way. So I've now moved it back to where it was before in previous videos, but yeah, apologies for the head getting in the way. It gets in the way a lot in this part 1 and also in part 2. So all I can do is say sorry. I was trying something new. It didn't work, so I've gone back to the old ways. But yeah, apologies for the head getting in the way. Okay, I'm going again. Bye.
Don't ask if we can go there. Don't even try to go there. Don't ask if we can go back. You know that it's too late. I promise love to someone else. Don't even try to go there. Just leave it to its fate. You'll have to find it somewhere else.
I need to tell you what I'm doing here, because you're probably going to think, what on earth is she doing? Why is she putting product underneath the nail? Because the way my nail is so hooked, there's a gap where there's not enough product meeting my free edge underneath the nail. So that's why I've put product underneath. It's because the way my natural nail bends so far down, when you're putting this dual form on to keep it straight and level so that it comes straight out from the sidewalls, because there's a gap between my natural free edge and the dual form area of product. So that's why I've put some underneath. Yeah, it was needed. There was a gap there. So that's all I was doing there, filling in the gap. If you've got hooked nails and you've tried dual forms, you'll know what I'm talking about. Sorry if you don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, because of the way my natural nail points down, gap underneath needed to be filled in, and that's why I did that. Okay, I'm gone again. I did add product to the other finger and thumb. I just didn't bother showing you because it was the same as all the other fingers, just adding product to balance out the nail structurally, to make it structurally sound and strong, you know. And then I forgot to start recording when I started filing, but as you can see, all I'm doing is using my sanding band to smooth the surface of the nail. Doesn't need too much filing. I was quite careful with my application. It wasn't too lumpy bumpy. I smoothed it quite a bit with my brush, so it literally just needs smoothing. Obviously there are some small ridges, dents, lumps and bumps, not major ones. That's why I'm using just the sanding band to do it, because didn't need a metal e-file bit to do this. Polygel, Acrygel, whatever you want to call it, it's a soft, very soft product, and if there's not much to file, if I was to use, say, a medium carbide bit or even a fine carbide bit, it would probably be too strong and would take off too much product, because all I'm needing to do is smooth the surface out. So I did most of it with my e-file, and then I'm using my hand file just to finish it off and make sure it's all nice and curved and blended, and yeah, that's all. And we are actually at the end of the video, so I've left this filing in for my frosty filing freaks. You know who you are. I know you know who you are. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the filing. If you don't like the filing, yeah, well, this is the end of the video, because I'm going to be doing the design portion of the nails in part 2 of the video. I decided to split the video into 2 because it would have been a really long one, and yeah, some people are only interested in the design, some people are only interested in the actual making of the nails. So this way, if you're just interested in one portion, you can watch that portion, and if you're interested in both portions, then you know, you're welcome to watch part 1 and part 2. I will upload them and release them at the same time, so yeah, if you choose to watch both, you can watch both. You don't have to, you can watch them in parts. Okay, so that's all I've got for this video, my lovelies. Thank you for joining me, and I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed the video, please click that like button. If you have not subscribed, why not? Go ahead, subscribe. I've got more videos coming. I'm trying to keep on top of this YouTube malarkey thing. So yeah, subscribe. Why not? It's free. And if you feel like it, leave me a comment. I'm happy to talk to you. Yeah, so that's all I've got for this time, peeps. You take care now, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.
'Cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like. 'Cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like. 'Cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like. 'Cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready, you don't get everything you like, yeah. You don't get everything you like, yeah, 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 yeah. No. I'm not gonna vibe tonight. You don't get everything you like. 'Cause I'm not ready. If I'm not ready.
Someday soon, I'm gonna make